We are live in 3, 2, 1, and we are live. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. And yes, happy Human Rights Day, right? Yes, Human Rights Day. I even forgot because on the 21st of March, it's the holiday in South Africa, and then on the 22nd of March, it's a holiday here in Indonesia. So I'm not going to work tomorrow. Woo-hoo! But lucky you, because you had a long weekend. Anyways, welcome to the show, guys. Today, we are going to talk about the confirmed news yokuthi Kaizer Chiefs actually want Siphesihle Maduna. Well, the owner Yamazulu FC has actually confirmed that, so it's no longer just a rumor, it's a thing that's confirmed. But we'll also talk about that and what that means. We'll also talk about Ngezana's contract with the Chiefs, and we'll also talk about some comments that Zwane made regarding Mamelodi Sundowns and also Kaizer Chiefs. So as you can see, we have a few things to talk about, so we'll just try and segment the show maybe to 3 segments. The first one we'll talk about Maduna and Ngezana's contract, not so much, and then Zwane we'll talk about that. I think there are things to discuss there because good deep. So yeah, that's that. So as you are joining, please make sure to like the video, please make sure to leave a comment letting me know what you think about this thing, Siphesihle Maduna coming to Chiefs, because we talked about this I think a few months back. I think it was December if I'm not mistaken, where we were talking about Siphesihle Maduna is wanted by Chiefs. And you have to remember this guy Siphesihle Maduna is a player who was selected as as a contender for one of the young stars of the season, if you will, 2019-2020 season. And well, he didn't win it, but he was a contender up there. So it tells you from a very young age he's been a good player. And I won't lie and say I've watched him play, he's such a great player, but I'm just saying according to the ratings or whatever that the PSL does, he was at one point supposed to, or had a run for being one of the best young players. And let me just confirm, because I don't want to say isn't or that are wrong. 2019-2020 season, he was nominated for being the young player of the season. So that just says a lot. For a longest time he's been up there and wanted to as a player, noticed as a player who's been quality from the start. So angazi what he will actually bring with Chiefs. I just know Chiefs need someone to do better in that midfield, and we don't need just anyone, because it's unlike in our attacking department or our forward line, especially the number 9 slot. We are saying almost anyone would be better than the situation that we're in right now. But then again, you can't just say almost anyone, because also that does not make sense. I'm saying it, but I'm saying also it doesn't make sense, because if you have someone in your team, and that I move my eyes, what's going on? If you just have anyone in your team because you are trying to improve from what you have, then what you end up having is bad players who are slightly better than each other, right? Because you are saying, if I sign someone who's going to be just better than this one, then you level up a bit, but you're still just moving around the pool of average players. So you'd rather just sign a good quality player because you know they're a good quality player, rather than signing a player just because they are better than what you have. So I think that will be the only thing that will motivate me and make me enthusiastic about any move that we make. No, we're signing him because he's better than, I don't know, whoever. Because if the Chiefs were so enthusiastic about this boy from the get-go, why did they not sign him instead of Ustebe? I'm just making an example. I'm not saying Ustebe is a bad player, but I am saying Guti, if they wanted him so much, why did they not sign him last season? Because last season Vele, he had already shown how good of a player he is. And if they want him now in the season, that doesn't make sense, because the season hasn't been playing that much because he's been injured. So you see, this doesn't make sense. And I know Gutinda Bagastebe, they signed him ahead of Maduna because of the fact that Ustebe was also a free agent. So that also comes into that fact. Chiefs will always go for free agents. But in this case, Uzungu, manager, again, Bab Zungu, the owner of Amazulu FC has said Chiefs has contacted them. Let me just read a quote directly from him. He said this: "He's our player for some quite time. He signed a new contract season ago. I hear people saying he's going end of the season. He's got another season with us, right? So his contract Maduna ends in 2024. And he said this before that. He said Kaizer Chiefs did talk to us some time ago, so a while back. It's just one of the parties that contacted us about Maduna." So already, Abonanji, if you're starting to listen to this thing, it's like he's saying, yeah, Chiefs wants him, but they're not the only one who want him, right? And once those things are thrown around, Uguti, Chiefs wants him, then again it makes you think, Uguti, are we not getting into that moment again where it's a, what do you call this? Give me the word. It's now a bidding war, because he doesn't say Chiefs contacted us and Pirate also contacted us. He said Chiefs contacted us, and then he said others also contacted us. So in that case, it also makes the Chiefs once again fall into that trap. Yoguti, they won't want to sign him because of the fact that he actually is now targeted by other teams, and we know Chiefs backs out of those deals. And to prove what they might no longer be interested in him is the fact that just by the end of January, they did try to go after Zwane. So that tells you the direction and the interest in players has probably changed, which then goes to show Guti Chiefs just goes around looking for options and see Guti what moves, and then Mabebon would, okay, there's a possibility here, they sign that player, not necessarily because that was their aim. It's just checking which moves are possible. Anyways, let me see, because there's only a few comments. Unati Simba says once more. Unati saying Olampilo Nation. Umsayankosi is saying hello Mpilo, and Khosi Nation awe Makosi. Siphesihle is saying, I honestly don't think Maduna is better than the midfielders we have right now. I rate him Shin and Shabalala higher than him, and is not even regular at Amazulu. At Amazulu, this is the same situation as Matlo. Yabona ke mina vela, as I said, I have not even seen him play. So if you are saying no Mshina better than him, then that's a completely different situation that I wouldn't even that means why would we even be signing someone who's not going to be better? Because if you're bringing in someone in the team, they must not just be better than what we have, but they must be like the missing puzzle, because you have a team that you say, oh, okay, we have 1, 2, and 3, but what's missing? What's the missing part of the puzzle? Not the missing puzzle, but the missing part of the puzzle. Good, okay, this is what's missing in this puzzle. So if we get this player, this is how they fit the team, and then they give us a fuller picture or a more complete picture. So if there's a figure and then he's still going to compete for places, no. Nah, fam. Umpo is saying Ola Khosi Nation, Ola Khosi Mpilo, awe Mpo. Eso is saying, for me, Maduna is a nope. He is good for Amazulu and other teams, and that's a famous line, yes, which is it's a good thing. I think I heard who was saying this. I was talking to someone else who was talking about Guti. Players and coaches have levels, right? Guti, there are players who can play for the Chiefs. There are players who can play for Amazulu. There are players who can be good enough for Amazulu, but when they get to Chiefs, then it's too hard. it's just difficult for them. So I hear where you're coming from. Unati says, I don't want a Maduna in my team. I haven't seen anything special or extraordinary about him. Direct Unati, guys. I don't know if you've noticed ama comments ka Unati. He's direct. He doesn't beat around the bush and say he just tells it like it is. Good no. Angifune Maduna mina Chiefs. Let me do this. I forgot to set up a poll again, but I will set it up right now. So guys, as you are joining in, please do make sure to smash that like button. It's free, and to also just subscribe for those of you who are not subscribed somehow. So please do that. Okay, the question is done, so now I'm going to post it as you guys. So there we go. I'm asking, I've posted the question. I want to see what's the percentage of people abazo contribute to a poll today. Can we have more than 50 people contribute to a poll? Ireland got 36 people contributing. Okay, Lloyd is saying Sawubona, the young boy is talented, no doubt about that, and exhibiting features of becoming a great player with good coaching offensively. He is a force to be reckoned with. Zwane knows him from MTC. I wonder when I cause Uguti, is it Zwane's decision? Because the other things that worry me about the Chiefs, Uguti, is Zwane actually responsible as to who comes and plays for the Chiefs? Like how much? That's a topic for another day. So if you're saying he knows him from MTC, again, I will let you guys have your comments about Maduna, because I have not seen him play, so I won't even lie. I will not agree with Siphesihle in that he's not better than our own players. And then Umpo is saying Maduna is just basic. Ay, mabayek. Say valagega Maduna. Continue voting. Now, another interesting thing that I want to hear what people will say right now is we're moving on to Indabaga Ngezana, right? Usiyabonga Ngezana. So we know Utitlok is coming to Chiefs, so we have that defender as a center back. We're not sure about Ungcobo, whether he's going to even last the transfer window that's coming, because there are rumors of it's going to be sold. Dube is the same thing with him. We don't know how long it's going to last at Chiefs. We also don't know the situation. Well, we know situation Gamatoho is leaving end of the season. So basically you have one defender who's definitely leaving, and then you have two defenders that are not being utilized as much, and it shows which they might be leaving. So now that basically leaves you with Ngezana, Ukweneka, and then Utitloko is coming in. So 3. So Chiefs are planning to give Ngezana a new contract. And Abantu have said a lot, have criticized Ngezana a lot, but I have not seen a lot of people say much about Ngezana since he returned to the team. Like, people have not said much upon Ngezana, how has he performed, how he has overcome the whole situation of being booed, how he's now partnering with Udove in a way that is better, because when Udove returned to a partnership, then we scored a goal again this weekend, and then that other game when what am I even trying to say? So Uguti, a combination Gatove and Ngezana looks better and better, right? So Chiefs is offering him a contract. So I just wanted to say, Uguti, I have not heard you guys give Ngezana his flowers, because I think mental resilient or resistance to overcome all the things, all the crap that he's been through, I think it's remarkable. And I think we're gonna need a player like Ngezana. Even if we say bench for some reason. I think he has the right mentality and the right energy to be around the players, because he's always that guy who's there, who fights. Like you don't doubt the commitment. Ngezana, he commits himself in a way that Guti Ngezana is committed. Guti he's willing to go out and get injured and hurt himself for the team, because you can always see dedication yak. And ilente bengisho ukuthi whenever Ngezana makes a mistake with Chiefs, you can go and check him a mistake. It's never because like he's too relaxed. Kwesinye isikhathi nje it's ama mistake ukuthi nje uclams, but kwabanye abadlali abenza ama mistakes kuba ngathi hayi lona vela ngathi akasithatha serious, ulele gaming. Yes, I know the mistake that he made against Sundowns. He tried to pass the ball and it just that happened. But he will always fight for his Chiefs, and that is why I like Ngezana a lot, because he is just vibes. He's positive vibes to the team. Uloyd is asking about Ukama again. He's saying, what about Kama's situation? Will he take a pay cut or is he also leaving? I don't know in the as far as I know right now, Ukama is leaving in Chiefs end of the season. That's what makes sense to me. But Chiefs being Chiefs and probably not wanting to sign someone else, they will probably have him take a pay cut. But I don't think it makes any sense, right? I don't know. Unat is saying there's no way we cannot offer Ngezana a new contract. He's our most reliable right-footed centre back. Yeah, but if you say that, because they will say, hey, what about Ungcobo? But because Mapolo Bamnandi, right? Ungcobo Mnandi, don't get me wrong. What am I doing? Ungcobo is a very good defender, but he does not have a pace. Ngezana, he doesn't. And as much as both of them, Ngezana and Ungcobo, will make mistakes, any player will make mistakes eventually. But I would say Ngezana, what you have, his quote unquote being uncomfortable on the ball makes him release the ball faster. Ungcobo sometimes ukuba comfortable on the ball makes him hold on to the ball a bit longer, which then invites some mistakes. I saw something, I think it was with Thomas Mlambo on Twitter. He had posted about let me see if I can find this thing from Thomas Mlambo, and then I can read it to you guys, because I think it was very, and it's not from him, by the way, it's something that he got from Umorino. So just give me a second. I'm not finding this picture that he had posted. Definitely not finding it. But it was about Mourinho talking about how not having a lot of position is actually beneficial for you. And that's obviously beneficial for our teams that are defensive, right? Because if you are not in position of the ball, then what's likely to happen is that you are not under pressure. The only pressure that can exist in you is the one that you apply to the team that you're playing against. But the more you have the ball, the more you are nervous, and the more that you are likely to be pressed and to overturn position. Obviously, we don't want that for a Chiefs. We could basabu party ball, right? But you also don't want your team or one specific individual to hold on to the ball way too long, because what ends up happening is that they end up being a target of the other team, and then the team attacks and focuses on that player. Which, okay, that one holds on to the ball way too long, so let's attack him. So that's why I'm saying Ngezana is likely going to release the ball, then Ungcobo, who will then probably be marked, and then there's a mistake that will happen there. Umsawenkosi is continuing to say Maduna is good for Amazulu. Unhlanhla is saying I cannot comment on the Maduna possible acquisition, as I have not seen him play before. You and me both, brother. I was basically saying first they offered him a new contract. Now it's Ngezana, so I hope they learned their lesson from Blom's situation. I hope Dove gets a new contract too. As I forgot to contract Dove how long it is, because they just signed him. So it's probably 2 or 3 years ago Dove. So that's a good thing. They're offering people contracts. But I think it was a strategic move, because they offered him a 3-year contract last season, but now they've given him a 4-year contract, which basically means he's tied down to Chiefs for 7 years, which is up to when he's 26. And they know Umdu has a potential to be sold at 22 to a team abroad. So they are trying to make sure they get a lot of money for Umdu if he's being sold. Unhlanhla is saying Ngezana is a fighter and he has displayed great mental strength, and for him to come back to the team in a manner he has attests to his mental strength. Cool. We don't say that enough. Ulo is saying Ngezana deserves a new contract. He has managed to work harder on his weakness, which is understanding when and where he's used to be in a wrong position. He used to be in wrong positions at the wrong time, which made him hurt Ufrosla. How he hurt Ufrosla. And then Tlantla continues to say, the karma issue is a difficult one, as I do not believe that he can be a bad player overnight. It could be that our way of playing is not to his strength. But when I was in Tlantla, the problem that I have with Ukama is that this is not the first season that he has not performed well. It's not the first season. We need to be honest. He's never been Sundowns karma at Chiefs. He's never, there is no season that we can point to and say, okay, Ukama in this season for Chiefs, he actually played. He never said, he never got to a point where we said, okay, that's Sundowns karma. We've never seen him do that with Chiefs. So over different coaches, he did pop up and score important goals in recent seasons. But then I think that goes back again to what I was saying, Guti. You can have a player who's not that great, but is better than all the other players who you have. And then because he's outshining everyone, you think, oh, he's great. And then when he's no longer doing what he was doing, because Segukwana no Mdu who are actually doing better than him, then you can clearly see now, okay, he's not doing anything for us. Umandla is saying this Amazulu player shouldn't be signed by Kaizer Chiefs. He isn't better than what we already have, so what's the point? Good question. Okay, so let's move on to Indabaga Zwane, right? So Zwane basically and essentially has said that Chiefs and the Sundowns are almost similar, right? And I know people will jump on him and want to eat him alive, but he's saying that because Chiefs have created chances after chances. Wow, I'm actually impressed. I only asked for likes at the beginning of the video, but we have 18 likes so far. So thank you for those who have liked the video, and for those who haven't, please do like the video right now. So Indabaga Kamak is Notika Kamagagazwan. He's saying that if the only team that has created more chances than the Chiefs is the Sundowns, and he's not lying. But the difference between the Chiefs and the Sundowns is that Sundowns has scored 80% of the chances that they created. I think is exaggerating, but they've scored a lot of goals. Baba no Mailula. Cause I look Pazamsega for a second to just take a tangent. I saw someone saying, hey, Mailula has been called up to Bafana for scoring a tap-ins. Guys, you know to score a tap-in, you must be in the right position. You must be where you need to be. Even if you are scoring by sliding the ball in, you must be where the ball is for you to tap the ball in. So that's the thing that is happening. Which Sundowns gets those chances, they bury them. For Chiefs, we get those chances, we actually miss those chances. And the thing is, if when you are missing your own chances and you have a Sundowns who are not missing their chances, the gap will start opening, because Zwane will then continues to say, since the Sundowns Bona they score 80%, then Vele they're gonna win. Obviously, they win more matches. But to top it all off, Sundowns is creating more chances than the Chiefs, but the Chiefs is there close enough, but the Chiefs is not scoring enough. So you open that gap automatically. And then Sundowns scores more goals, because if you're just saying they create the same amount of chances but you're already creating just a few, and then by missing the chances you are creating, you're even going further down, and then Sundowns scoring. You imagine good Sundowns hasn't even scored. They're just still creating those chances. And now you add to a fact that on top of Sundowns scoring their goals that they create, 80% foot, not even, let me calm down. 80% of the chances that they're creating, they are also not conceding goals. Until now we are conceding more goals. So we go even down, even further down. So then the distance is even further. But imagine if we just adjusted the amount of chances we converted. Because Chiefs will then be playing games where we would be winning 5-2. Games where we would be winning 6-3, right? At the end of the day, we would still be saying, but there are no clean sheets, right? We would still be complaining, would say, oh, we are scoring a lot of goals, but we are not defending it good enough. But at this point, we're saying we are not scoring enough goals, but we are also conceding silly goals. So I think I agree with Zwane when he says that thing, because it really is the reality Chiefs right now. Good team. You have Sundowns ngale bekoro shalulile every kind of goal. You have Chiefs ngapha begeja abadlali bethu all the kinds of goal. You have Sundowns ngale being solid at the back. You have Chiefs ngapha just been giving everyone goals, like even Amazulu. I'll just leave it there by your Chiefs and conceding goals at the back. Umale saying Haaland scores tap-ins, so that logic doesn't work. Those players work getting in those positions. That's like Caleb. That time Caleb misses tap-ins. Yeah, I think people just need to understand football as well, because you can't be saying tap-ins are not goals, and then when you celebrate to Caleb scores penalties, which are goals as well, but then you are blaming a player who's scoring tap-ins, because you must be there. Like, you don't score a tap-in if you are not there. At the end of the day, if there's no one at that back post to score the tap-in seat, how? But if there's someone to score the tap-in, all of a sudden Sundowns is celebrating. I was even trying to make their celebration. I forgot to celebrate kanjani uMailul. And then, anyways, Sibongo Buko is Umpo is selling Ushalulile ukora nange. Umpo, for those of you who will be watching the video after the stream, he's saying Mpo Ushalulile also uses his butt to score. Basically, that's what he's saying. Vele yonke into that you can use to score. Kora ngayo na Shalulile. Uyeka abantu laba lokhu bekubhedela. Usibongo Buko is saying, honestly, Chiefs should buy players who are gonna fight for the patch, like Mendieta. You're going to see him on the 1st of April giving Chiefs a headache. But Mthethwa is out with 4 yellow cards. Well, good for us. Good for us. Absence of a good player is always great for us. Usibongo Buko continues to say, impilo nje must loot Stellenbosch qha. Vele kumele sihambe siyoloot Stellenbosch now that their status is also they seem like they're safe and they're not going anywhere. So yeah, that's just that, guys. So from the people who voted, 68% said he's not a good idea, Siphesihle Maduna to Chiefs, and then 31% said yes, it's a good idea. Unat is saying, had we been scoring half of the chances we've created so far, we would be second on the log. So yes, Mangete is right. Like, and I don't even think we would be second on the log with 20 points behind Sundowns. I think we wouldn't be fighting Sundowns like Uguti we like 2 points behind, or there's one goal difference. No, I think though the distance would be maybe 10 points even. I truly believe that, because guys, I have watched all the Chiefs games, and the one game that I can say Chiefs did not create squad, a game where Chiefs did not create squad, is the game at Cape Town City. Every other game that we've played this season, we have created chances and we missed them. If I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I don't remember a game where Chiefs went the entire match without creating quality chances this year. So Uzwane is definitely right. We should be scoring a lot more goals and we'll see more things happening for us. Guys, thank you so much for joining me once again. I will see you tomorrow. And until next time, remember, equals alpelumoy.